Hey everyone, we're talking about chapter 27 today in Blue Collar Leadership and Supervision. Chapter 27 is titled A Bigger Sacrifice. Subtitle, Will You Choose to Lead at a Higher Level? And I got a pretty interesting quote to open this chapter from Helen Keller. And she says, character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. A bigger sacrifice. So we've been talking about this. I hope I've motivated you, inspired you to go purchase the book. There's so much more content in this book than what I'm talking about on these videos. And I'm just doing the videos as a fun little thing to just shed a little light on what you might get from the book. The book goes very deep, much deeper than what I'm talking about, much more organized, a lot more principles, and right now I'm just kind of storytelling and sharing with you. But all of this, all of your growth is based on your willingness to sacrifice. That's why I'm talking about in chapter 27, a bigger sacrifice. What are you willing to give up to move yourself to a higher level of leadership? For me, I gave up alcohol over 5 years ago. I gave up profanity. At one point, I gave up my 2003 50th anniversary Corvette Z06 that I wanted my whole life. And when I finally bought that car, I mean, it was my favorite thing I've ever had. And at one point in my life, I chose to give it up. I didn't have to. I chose to. I was sacrificing to go forward, to move into this part of my life. And started driving a Nissan Sentra. And also I had a Ford Raptor, four-wheel drive, one of those big fancy Ford trucks. And I had that and my Corvette at the same time. So I got rid of both of those cars and chose to drive a Nissan Sentra for a while. Nothing wrong with a Nissan Sentra, but it's not a Corvette Z06 and it's not a Ford Raptor truck. And Rhea had a Hummer and she gave that up and started driving a Corolla. And we drove those two cars for about 4 years. And we invested tens of thousands, really over $100,000 of money into ourselves and our family. Took my mom for some leadership training and development, Rhea and I did, and also took my son Eric through a lot of leadership development training and that sort of stuff. So what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice to take yourself to a higher level? You don't have to give up what I gave up. I would never ask you to and would not expect you to. But you have to give up something that you value today to go to a higher level. You've got to decide that, not me.